Once again, we're in Geneva County, Alabama.
Imagine that.
Yeah. All the bees that are missing in the world are in Geneva County. We're about to start herding some bees. We got some here behind the siding in a little porch. This nice gentleman over here is the homeowner. We offered to let him do it and we'd talk him through it. He said no, he wasn't interested at all in that. We're going to get herding them out of here in just a second. Because as you guys all know, it's a swarm.
It's a swarm.
February 11th. This colony has already exploded. This is an extremely early bee season. Red maples bloomed about 3 weeks ago, which is abnormally early even for down here in lower Alabama. So food stores started coming in, pollen, nectar. And this queen kicked it into high gear laying eggs. Not only was she in high gear laying worker brood, she's in high gear laying drone brood as well, because we're entering swarm season, reproductive swarms. Queen's going to lay drones and carry the genetics out, find an unmated queen to mate with, and continue to the genetics of this colony. So we've got some worker brood right in here, some drone brood down near the bottom, a little bit of everything everywhere. You can see it's a full-grown colony. It's going to take us a little longer than I had hoped today. But I lied to Perry and Mike and told them it'd be a quick, easy one, so they're good with that.
They're used to it.
Yeah, they've been doing it long enough now. They know what the truth of the matter is going to be. I'm praying that queen doesn't run around behind there, and then we got to take that piece of wood down. Okay, folks, we've got most of the honeycomb out. It was all over here, except for what's trapped up behind this top board. We'll work on that in a minute. Now we've got all the brood comb over here, and we're truly going to start herding the bees. So we've been kind of forcing them where we want them to go with the smoke all along. I wanted them away from the honey so we wouldn't lose but so many bees when we started cutting honey and it dripped. Now I want to force the queen from this side back this way, although that goes against the grain of the comb. But I want to force her back this way so she doesn't run around. So I'm going to work her towards and leave a last piece of comb over here. Maybe a little challenge because of this stuff up top. But that's the idea. That's herding bees. We're going to herd her the way we want her to go so that we hopefully catch her fairly easily. We'll know here in a few minutes. It's been a high adventure. These bees ain't been happy, have the boys?
No.
Still not a happy crowd. They're calming down now. We got a lot of the guard bees vacuumed up, I think, so numbers are reduced. It'll be easier to work with. Check this out, folks. Again, February 11th. Look at all the different colors of pollen that are coming in. They're making bee bread. There's some reds and greens, purples and yellows and oranges. Things are in full bloom. Alright, folks, we've got, like before, all the honey, except for what's up at the top of these combs. We created a gap over here. We're leaving this brood comb in the middle, and we're working our way together. Hopefully going to pinch that queen in there somewhere and reduce or eventually eliminate places for her to hide. Pretty sure we've not vacuumed her yet. There were a ton of bees in this colony for so early in the year. So she's a laying machine. I really want to catch her and see what she looks like. Ton of cat brood already. This is a survivor colony, really good genetics, something we're certainly interested in getting. Up to this point, I've only been stung, what was my last count? 10?
10 was your last one.
10 times. They're a little aggressive, they're a little hot, but that's okay. We're running out of daylight, so we're going to pick up the pace here and see if we can get them knocked on out. Alright, folks. We're not wrapped up, but we're wrapped up for today. What we've run into now is a robin frenzy. I kind of halfway anticipated this because this time of year there's not a lot of food stuff's just starting to bloom. There's not a lot of nectar. We start exposing all this honey, and other honeybee colonies around smell it, boom, they come to rob it out. So that's what's going on here. You can see how crazy all these bees are acting. This just happened about 10 or 15 minutes ago. They started showing up. So scouts went back and reported it, and boom, now they're here. You can see all the agitated, shaking and running as they steal the honey. So we're just going to leave it for tonight. This is kind of out of the way place, shouldn't be a big deal. We're pretty close to sunset. And I'll come back tomorrow and clean the rest of this wax up, honeycomb off of everything. And once they've robbed it out, they're going to leave anyway. So we didn't see the queen. Things got kind of crazy here at the end. But I'm pretty sure she's in the box, especially the way the airborne bees out of this colony are acting. They're all kind of going back to the box like they almost smell her. They smell their colony anyway. So I think she's in the box. There's probably 8 pounds of bees. It was a really big colony, bigger than I anticipated for February 11th. This queen's been laying for a while. So these are well established survivor bees. It's really what we want in the bee yard. Only got stung 11 times. Perry got stung once. Mike got stung 0 times, although he may have to walk home because I don't know if we can get away from here without him taking his suit off. It's kind of crazy. Live with the Herding Bees gang, because it's a swarm. What's up, bee herders? We're back out in the bee yard this afternoon. It's Thursday the 13th of February. And it's just a follow-up on the removal that we did on Tuesday the 11th. See, the bees are kind of settled into the box. They should be back on comb. Something we do when we don't get the queen in a clip is I've got some pieces of some old plastic queen excluders that I just staple over the front of the hive. It kind of helps to ensure we keep that queen in there if we think she was in the box. So it's a little cool, it's a little breezy. The bees, I'm sure, are going to still be a little pissy, but we're going to go through the hive real quick and see if we can find mom. So hang with us here and we'll see what we've got going on. Still a ton of bees in there. That looks good. A ton of drones up here on the top. So I really don't want those anyway. Yeah, they're still not happy bees. Okay. These bees, they're still a little ticked off from getting removed the other day. But I can kind of tell by the sound in the colony that more than likely the queen is in this box. We'll see if we can find her real quick. If not, I'm just going to leave that excluder off and give them a couple more days. It's been raining and cool and damp. And there's just a ton of bees in this box. Ton of bees. They're already connecting comb. You can look at the top of that piece of comb there. That's a piece of comb that we cut out. They've already, just in 48 hours, reconnected it to the frame, and they're building comb. So that's good. They're festooning. See over here where they built comb up at the top as well. They're festooning. they typically do when they're building comb. They all link themselves together there. Oh yeah, they are hard at work building comb. We'll probably pretty quickly give this colony another deep on top of this one to build in. Here's a comb with brood on it, or a frame with brood on it. It's kind of where I would expect the queen to be if I haven't pushed her away from the activity already. And you can see it's just a bustling hive. There are a ton of bees in that colony. It would look like we got the vast majority of them, because I don't see many dead bees. I really don't see any dead bees that may have been left in the back box. Yeah, they have connected most all of this comb back to these frames already. That's really good. Now in the past I would have probably put comb in 2 different boxes and really set these girls up from day one as a double deep, but sorry about that, all my smoker fuel is a little damp from the rain we've been having, just drawing moisture. But the reason we didn't use 2 deeps from day one is we've done that a lot of times in the past, and really you run the risk of small hive beetles taking over. When you're doing a removal, a lot of that comb is unprotected for a long time. The small hive beetles are opportunists, and they'll jump right on it and lay eggs, and next thing you know, all you've got is a small hive beetle bomb. So by compacting these bees down into one box really ensures that all the comb is covered and gives them a better chance to make a new start. A lot of drones. This early in February is a little abnormal, but things start early down here in extreme southern Alabama. These are extremely happy bees, but again, the weather this afternoon is not what I'd really like to have. But I need to get this done today. If I get lucky, find the queen. You can see it's moving these dark gloves. The bees just jump on my hands. They're not stinging me, but they're warning me. We'll put a little smoke on them, calm them down a little bit. Kind of mask that pheromone. Hopefully, a couple weeks, these bees will really mellow out and we won't see this behavior. We can continue to see this extremely defensive behavior. We'll probably remove this queen and give them a queen from a little more gentle stock. But it's survivor bees. I don't really mind them being a little hot. Those genetics, they've survived out in less than ideal living conditions. If they're doing that, then that's kind of what I want to have. All right, we're just going to put it back together, let them settle for a couple days. Come back out when the weather's a little better, and we don't want to go in the box too often, because if you do, you may force them to abscond. They may say they're not really happy with living there, and they'll go find somewhere else to be. All right, you can see them flying around my head. It's definitely a swarm. We got them in. This is the prosperity bees, although I got a little bit of a different name for them. They've been so hateful. We'll get this video out to you pretty quick, and hopefully plenty more to come. People are calling right and left about swarms and bees in houses and churches and mobile homes and you name it. So stay tuned, keep with us, and we'll keep herding the bees. God bless.